Success running the ball there last year. Is that a formula for success again, you think, this year?
I think so. I think we had success running the ball a lot this year. Now we need to, we need to have success running and throwing. Just be balanced and be able to do it all. And ultimately, we just got to score points. It's like what I talked to you about on defense. You can look at yards all you want. It's points. You got to score points and you got to stop points. So yeah, I think you'll see we'll be balanced.
Do you like the balance you're getting from your running backs?
I do. I think the running backs are playing really well. I think they're improved from last year. I think they're seeing it well. They're running hard. You can tell when a guy kind of gets tired, the next guy pops in. You can see a little more juice. I think Coach Cannell does a good job rotating those guys in when they do get tired. Because you also have some of them like Trav playing on a lot of special teams. So I think he's done a really good job.
Jeff, you mentioned you have to figure out the best way to score points. We talked about over the weekend. Coming into the week now, where are you at with the quarterback situation?
I feel good with the quarterback situation. I made a decision, which I thought about really hard, and I watched a lot of tape myself, and then obviously with the staff. And we've made a decision, and we feel really good about it, and the team knows about it. And I think for obvious reasons, I'm going to keep that at that until we get on the field and play. And that's no disrespect, because I understand what you guys are trying to find out, and you're doing your job, and I appreciate that. But I feel confident with it, and we'll see how we play Saturday.
How hard of a decision was it? Can you just elaborate on the process a little bit?
Not hard. Once I really dove in hard and kind of unpeeled things, I thought it would be a lot harder than it actually was, to be honest with you. So not very hard.
Where's Phil right now, and does he work with the quarterbacks in the room, and what's his role?
He does. He's actually stays behind them and goes through all his footwork. So he's actually out there. He obviously can't throw and won't be able to throw. But yeah, he's going through the footwork. He's in all the meetings. He's there for the guys. He travels to all the games. He does warm-ups on the field. I think some of you might have saw him if you guys were there. He was actually doing warm-ups with the team.
Okay.
If he weren't a quarterback and he were another position, we could cast it up and he could play. But he can't put a cast on it and throw. So.
How do you deliver that news to the team? Is it just before practice? Is it full team meeting? How does that kind of
go? Nothing major. Just talk to the guys like I always do. Be honest. Explain things like I always do. I'm very honest with the team. Whether a guy comes in my office one-on-one, I'm very honest in front of the team. So just tell the guys the truth and tell them why, and go full speed ahead.
Did you ever envision this early in the year having to make a decision, whatever it was? I'm respecting your way of not answering that, but did you?
Well, no, because we came in with possibly one of the best quarterbacks in the whole country, so I never envisioned it. But there's a lot of things I didn't envision. I mean, this is my second year being a head coach, so I'm learning. I'm learning every game. I'm learning every day. I think I'm getting better every day. But there's nothing you can do to prepare until it happens, right? And what I have to do is when it does happen, I gotta think real hard, whether it's that situation or another situation, and I need to do the best that I can to make the decision and then live with it. So no, I never thought I'd be even having this conversation with you guys at this point. I thought Phil would have thrown for maybe 20,000 yards by now in the season.
Jeff, Syracuse has another dynamic quarterback, Garrett Schrader. Are you guys using Zeke again this week to kind of?
We are. Yeah. And who's not going to have a runner, right? Virginia Tech guy, so Zeke will probably be the quarterback next week. I'm not sure who we play after that. Georgia Tech has a runner, so he'll probably be the guy. Zeke did a great job. Their quarterback's different. He's not, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, he's not like Cunningham. He's different. He's big, he's strong. He's going to try to run you over and stiff arm you, where Cunningham, you saw, it was like he's just got, I can't even sit here and demonstrate how he did it. This guy's going to try to run you over. He's 230 pounds. He's tough. He's big. He's strong. I respect the way he plays the game. He goes downhill. So I had to grab Zeke today at one point and man, you can't be spinning and shaking. You're not Cunningham anymore. You're a different quarterback. Try to run through people. Good offense. The biggest thing I would say about Syracuse right now is they're playing really hard, and I think they're playing with a lot of confidence. Their O-line is probably playing harder tougher, more physical, maybe than all of that I've seen as a whole this year. Are they the most talented O-line we've seen this year? I'm not sure. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But I think they're playing with that tenacity and that toughness. The running back's a really good football player. He's strong, he sees it, he's got good patience, he's got good vision, he can run, he can catch, he's tough, he's hard to tackle. It's the running back, it's the quarterback, it's the really tough O-line. They do a really good job running the football. I mean, they're going to run the ball. And then I think 85, their one wide receiver jumps out, he's a really good player too. But quarterback wants to run it. He wants to run it, and they want to run it, and they're doing a good job.
Jeff, you referenced learning on the job. How much of that is handling the mental state of a team that's suddenly in the middle of a 3-game slide?
I've been through those. So whether it's the head coach or trying to get a bunch of NFL guys to stay in the moment after losing 9 in a row. I mean, picture that. You got a bunch of guys who were eliminated from the playoffs, and you're coaching Richard Sherman or whomever else is in your room, and keeping those guys motivated. So you learn along the way. Now you're just doing it in a bigger group. And what I've learned is it can't just be me. It's got to be the assistants. It's got to be everybody. But the cool thing about this place, guys, our kids they're not gonna change. They're not. So it's not as hard as you guys would think it is. If you were to watch practice today, they were upbeat, had energy. Our kids aren't gonna be like that. I think our culture is too strong for that right now. And I think that's more important than anything. If we look at this as big picture every week, then I think that can happen. But if you just get caught in the moment of trying to do your best today, like I tell you guys every single week, you won't get caught up in it. Big picture, guys. We're 4-3, and last year we were 4-3 going into the Dome. Just we happen to lose 3 in a row. So just get over it, bury it, and go play football and do your best. And let's see what happens on Saturday. We got great kids and we're a good team.
On the positive side of things, last week you said maybe a turnover game was coming.
Yeah.
You got 4, so what are you going to call for this week, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, we call that, right? We had coaches running sprints. We had a debate who was faster. I think Tam upped the ante. Today, I think they had to get like 6 or 7. But they usually come in spurts, and usually when you get them in a couple games in a row. Now we got to score. So we challenge the defense, shoot, when we pick it off, go run it back. Like, let's go. If we scoop it, let's go score. And if not, hand it to the offense, and offense, you go score. Because like Rich said after the game, if you don't do anything with it, all it is stealing a possession, but you got to steal points. So that's the next step.
Any update on Brandon or Trey?
They'll both be day to day. Not very much. They were very limited today, so they'll be day to day. I'm hopeful. Kind of like I would say comparable to the Vrabel situation last week. So I'm hopeful, and we'll see what happens. We were lucky with Trey. Trey's was a lot better than we hoped, and Sebastian's we knew wasn't that bad, but Trey's is a lot better than we thought originally.
Are those both leg injuries, knee injuries, or?
They are both lower body. Yep, they're both in the legs. Yeah.
Coach, non-football for you. Trick-or-treating last night, I saw it
Yeah.
on Twitter. How cool was that for you and the staff and the players?
It was awesome. And I appreciate all the people that set it up, and I appreciate the players that came and handed out candy to all the kids. So we play next Friday, so Halloween's on Sunday. So we're not going to be able to get home for a minute next Sunday. It's going to be a grind. And the coaches are going to miss seeing their kids on Halloween, which I would have given them Sunday night off, and if we had to come in at 5, we would have done that. We just can't, and I didn't want them to miss the opportunity to see their kids dress up, because I think that's important. And we're not going to get to go trick-or-treating with them, so we tried to do it last night. So we had all the kids come in, dressed up. They had a blast. They went from room to room. We had players there handing out candy. I mean, just speaking for my kids, I mean, they woke up this morning probably counting what candy they had. They probably thought it was Halloween. So I think it's important to do that type of stuff, to bring the families together and the kids together. And I think it's important for our coaches to be around their kids. So that's why we did it. Thanks for asking.
Was there any thought of coaches dressing up at all?
No, maybe we should have. Maybe. My kids always ask me what I'm going to be. I don't have a costume though. So no, the coach didn't dress up. We went right from meeting to them back to meeting, so it was quick, but it was fun.
Coach Signetti's input on whatever decision you're going to make?
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Definitely. Those are discussions him and I have as we watch the film together. He's the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
He knows quarterbacks a lot better than I do. He's been around a lot of good ones, and he was a huge part.